Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 10 of Breakthrough Moments Podcast. I'm Doug DeRamus. I have something special for you today, so let's unwrap together something supernatural from the third heaven. Let's join the breakthrough. You must remain focused on the unseen. That's right, you must remain focused on what you cannot see in the natural. Don't be distracted by the thunderstorms with its lightning strikes of threats. Keep your eyes and heart prepared for the falling mantle and not be caught up in the fire and the horses and the chariots. The mantle key to unlock powerful portal entries into your life, into your world, to settle issues and to bring a host of heaven's angels into your situation. Right now, it's been prepared to descend upon your life and to change it forever. So get your focus on what you can't see. Get your focus off of what you do see. You were created to have encounters with God. Adam was created for both the seen and the unseen worlds. Adam had a body with access to the natural realm, and he had a spirit with access to the spiritual realm. Adam was created naturally, and he was created supernaturally in every way. He was created and wired, if you will, to live in heaven and on earth at the same time. Adam lived in both worlds at the same time. There was no life in the dust until God breathed into it. Man shall not live by bread alone, the Bible says, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. The breath of God is what gives you life. God gave Adam 5 natural senses for the natural world, and he gave him 5 spiritual senses for the supernatural world. Taste, touch, smell, seeing, and hearing in both worlds, the natural and the supernatural. The garden was a place where Adam encountered God face to face. The secret place where the sons see and hear the Father. Eden in the original Hebrew means a place of pleasure and a place of delight. When we have encounters with God, it produces Eden in our lives and in our hearts. People are trying to find satisfaction in everything instead of God's presence, never understanding why they feel so incomplete as they substitute religion for relationship. God created man to encounter his glory. You were created to encounter God's glory. The Bible says that Adam was placed in a garden that God had planted eastward in Eden. And in that garden, his entire job was to do only one thing, and that was tend and keep the garden. See, he didn't have to pull weeds. He didn't have to struggle. He didn't have to bust up the soil and plant the seeds. God himself had planted that garden. Well, you and I, our number one job as a born-again believer is to tend and keep the garden. Tend and keep the pleasure and delight with God. Live in the garden of your new birth. Do not live outside of it. See, all blessings are in the garden. All curses are outside the garden. Do not live outside the gates of your new Jerusalem, because you see, inside those walls and inside those gates, there is the tree of life that you can partake of. And the tree of life is not something, it's someone. And that someone is Jesus Christ. Just as the first Adam died in the garden, so the last Adam, Jesus Christ, he entered into death in the garden tomb. The first Adam brought forth death out of life in the garden, while the last Adam, Christ, brought forth life out of death in the garden. Adam had a tree of life, and he chose a tree of death. And Jesus chose a tree of death, the cross, and it became a tree of life. Don't miss future episodes. Subscribe to Breakthrough Moments Podcast with Doug DeRamus on your favorite podcast platform.